Ready, Anna?
You lost all the fizz in this.
So she dropped it on the floor.
I know!
I've been running for so long. I'm clear about the path I was on. I was breathless, my heart restless.
Alright, so here's Anna's hair. She's about a level 6 at her roots. She has some home color going on here, like some blonde, so we got some orange in there to tackle, and her ends are very, very light. She's been using purple shampoo, little overboard, so we're going to give her a clarifying treatment first to kind of give us a clean slate. And I'll show you her goal picture right here. And while she eats her sandwich, she'll be under the dryer with Redken pre-art. We got a playlist going today. We're jamming out. We're gonna sneak up on Callie. Boo! As you can see here, this is what we're trying to tackle. You see the unevenness of the color and the splotches in there? We are going to be taking care of that today. My formula is, and I'll put down below, is a Redken FLASHLIFT, the new bonder inside. I'm liking it a lot. On the new growth, I am using 30 volume, and the mid shaft, where all the warmer orangey pieces are, I am using 20 volume. And last but not least, for the Lowlight, I am using Redken Shades EQ Gloss, 5N, 7N, 7NA, and 8GI. The reason for the 8GI is because she had been doing it a few times at home, and I don't want it to take too ashy in places. And the Redken, the gloss, the ends are very, they have a violet background. So adding that 8GI, it also has a violet background, so it won't make it warm. It'll just help balance the formula out, just in case it is pretty porous in some areas where she had been doing it herself. I want the formula to be on the ashier side, but I don't want it to be drabby. I told her that we are probably not going to get her as bright as the picture that she had shown me. We are going to do the best that we can to get her there, but I made no guarantees. I tell her that she's probably not going to get that light. The ends of her hair are fragile. I do put lightener on the ends the last few minutes, open air. But for now, we're just going to see where it takes us. I'm only comfortable using the volume that I'm using, and with a Bond Insider, I'm comfortable doing it that way. However, I will not leave it on any longer than I'm comfortable with, even if she is not to the lightness that she desires. You can already tell what I began to do. I'm brightening it up here around the face, around the neck. I tease it just a little bit, not a lot, and I only started to pull up the tease basically where the darkness ends and the lightness begins. I want to keep her ends very blonde, and I want to keep the ends of her hair out of that tease because I don't want to get anything on there. I don't want to overlap any lightener. Now for her Lowlight, I'm going to do a very extremely fine microweave, even if the section's a little bit wider. It's about 1/8 of an inch. However, I do a very microweave in there to get it so it really, really blends in. I don't want it to be chunky. This is what's going to help get that line taken care of. And then I put the Lowlight through there, but not all the way through the ends. I want to blend in the line and tone the warmth that's right there. So you can see where I stop where the warmth stops and leave the blonde ends out. Now, if I were to pull that through the end, say you wanted to bring a Lowlight all the way through, you'll need to make sure that you do a different formula than the one that you're pulling over top of the orange. The integrity and the health of your client's hair should always be number one, most important, no matter what they want. It's your reputation on the line. Not only that, the client's hair integrity is on the line also. So just remember that when clients are asking for things that are just not possible, you always need to under promise and overachieve if possible. Just don't ever over promise. I'm very upfront and honest with my clients that I will do my best to get it there, but it's up to their hair, not my skill. I follow the pattern just like this halfway up the head. Once I get to where I start my other pattern, I will butt back in and explain what I'm doing when I get to it.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down.
I'm using that Lowlight formula to blend in the tees where some of the blonde head went into it. You want to make sure those are covered up. It won't look too bad once you comb it out. It'll blend the blonde right back into where the Lowlight is, but I wanted to have dark blend back down through there. So it's basically like if you had virgin head of hair and teased it up, add the blonde, and then you brought the virgin dark hair down through. It broke that up when you combed out that tease. So basically I don't want the blonde to come back down through there because I want it to be more blended in and have more of her depth in there. So I needed to make sure to cover that.
If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. Away. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm done with yesterday. I fell where my demons dwell, my own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up, climbing and climbing. I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stands still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm done with yesterday. find a home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? If you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. If you want adventure, then find a home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? If you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go.
Here's where I switch it up a little bit. I want to bring some of her highlights to her root. So I just pull this up and blend this dark down. I just always, in between highlights like this, I always want to blend it in between the foils. So I go through and bring up a little bit further, and once I get to the crown area, I start changing up my pattern, how I do it. Instead of explaining it, you're just going to watch it and you'll understand perfectly fine. But basically, when I slice out my weave section, I split it into 3 parts. One part is going to be a low light, one part is going to be the baby fine weave highlight to her root. The other part is going to be the highlight that is not going as close to her root to give it more of a shadowy effect. But you'll see. Just keep watching.
Never reminded, never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be, making emotion paintable inside. Tell me, is this what you made me?
Next level. Next level.
Before moving on to the other side, I knew I'd be rinsing the back out shortly after I finished. I added the rest of the Weekend 20 volume lightener, so basically it's been sitting for 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. So it's probably went down to like a 5 or 10. I just wanted to bust open that cuticle a little bit and help maybe break through a little bit of the warmth that's there. That way we can have it grab the toner a lot better.
Next level.
If you have watched this whole video all the way through, thank you so much for being quite the trooper. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe below, and I get them out as many as I can as possible. This is the end result. We were pretty happy with it. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.